Hey, it's Leah. Welcome to my channel, Ivy Mood Tarot. I'm about to do just like a general energy check-in. Like, let's see what's going on. I'm feeling like, I'm feeling so detached, like non-existent, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know what in the world going on. I mean, I know, but let's see. Let's see. Key to intimacy. Intimate love is a core need to be met in relation to ourselves and those closest to us. The journey to intimacy often includes learning what love is not. So on that note, concerning intimacy, I'm thinking of like Chiron, the wounded healer. And when I think of intimacy or in love or like learning and understanding what love is not or whatever, to me, that's like a Chiron placement in either Cancer or the 4th house, or Scorpio in 8th house. Intimacy and love, you know. Could be Pisces and 12th house. But I'm getting more Cancer, 4th house, Scorpio, 8th house type of energy for Chiron. Maybe like somebody is feeling like detached from, or not, I'm not gonna say detached, because you very well should love without detachments, but maybe you're feeling like away from home. Basically, when I think of like love and intimacy, that's like home. That's like your vortex rubbing up against somebody else's vortex, or opposition their vortex, or something like that. Like maybe you need to like hold somebody and they're nowhere around. Feeling like wondering, do you deserve to be loved back? Wondering if the way that you understand love, if other people understand it in that same manner. And if they do, will you ever find that person? Maybe you have a bunch of soulmates that you have dissociated from. Soulmates could be like friendships or anything. You have children and they're away, or sisters, or, you know, maybe a coworker that you just really vibed with, like, you know, that was your soulmate. Maybe you guys grew apart, or you had to like, I don't know. Either way, like detach, or not detach, but dissociate yourself. Like you haven't spoken to someone in a while. Or maybe you have a soulmate that is very active in your life, but you feel like how you recognize their soul from a past life or something like that, and the dynamics of y'all's connection. This lifetime, it ain't it. It's not that. So you may feel like, dang, like I really love this person, I care about this person, but this person is like, our connection ain't shit, or, you know, or it's like, It's not what you hope and wish that it would be. And so maybe you have to have a lesson of love. It's like you see potential in the connection, but that potential may not necessarily be like for this lifetime. That potential could just be residue from another lifetime, like your subconscious awareness that you and this person spent a previous lifetime loving on each other in the manner that you wish this lifetime, it would be. It could be that. What else? Someone feels abandoned. You feel like a soulmate, or I'm hearing someone walked away and no one called for you. Someone walked away from something and no one called to you. They didn't come through how you needed. I think that was the touch that you needed from someone, was a concern. Yeah. So for some of you, maybe the touch that you needed was concern or consideration. Maybe not a physical touch, but like a heart-to-heart type of touch. And you moved away in silence. But your heart, was still reaching for that touch, and they didn't reach back. Because you have to realize too that just because you spent several lifetimes with a person and y'all have come together and connected in this lifetime doesn't mean that their soul it still doesn't mean that y'all are on the same sojourn. Like your soul could have evolved a little bit more than theirs, or what have you. So just because you have a soulmate in this lifetime that you have spent several lifetimes with, doesn't necessarily mean that y'all are on the same page concerning y'all's, evolution, y'all's Akash, you know what I mean? And there are people who are still humanity concerning. There's still avatar 3D concerning. And just because your heart, calls for someone doesn't necessarily mean they hear you or they feel you. So then when they don't answer and you feel abandoned, you know what I mean? Intimacy. For some, maybe you feel like you've shared and you've given your all, last included, and you feel like there was no return on that. You feel like there was no reciprocation. Was it reciprocity? Maybe you're feeling empty or void because you've given. Intimacy is about opening up and sharing. It's like a flow. Honestly, it says learning what love is not. I feel like there is not a such thing as love is not. That's like a humanitarian type of concept. in and of itself. So like what love is not. If you contracted with someone, I feel like love just is like a spectrum. I heard a man say last night that there's no such thing as darkness. There's only light, and there's a spectrum. Because the darkest is the darker it gets, eventually you come back to light. I don't feel like there's a such thing as love is not. You know, it's just how sweet is the love and how tart is it. You know, back in the day, you get sick and you take a spoonful of castor oil. That shit nasty. But is it not healing? You know what I mean? A lot of herbs are nasty. A lot of teas, concoctions and stuff. It's nasty. But is it not healing? You know what I mean? And I feel like, the sweetest love is the love that, everybody wants. That romantic, fairy tale type of love. But first of all, everybody is not a romantic part. You know what I'm saying? Not every soulmate is a romantic partner and whatnot like that. But the greatest love is that tart harshness. You know what I mean? When you make that contract with somebody to abandon them, or you make that contract with somebody and it's honestly, it's an illusion. Like, abandonment is just our perception. It's how we feel about a person not answering our heart's calling. It's how we feel about a person not being there, and those silent cries and those silent struggles. But as long as they're within the guides of the contract, they're really like always there. It's like a lot of people get stuck on humanity. And I'm going to just be honest and say that I do too sometimes. Like, my part comes in, it's like where I wish that we could all just like ascend and not be here. So we could just like experience that sweetness of love, just period and across the board. Not necessarily like I need that human touch, or I need that consideration or concern. It's like I don't want to like be here. So like on earth, like, you know what I'm saying, like I don't know who want to just get stuck here. Well, some people do probably, but they like it here, but that's because they don't know shit. But it's like I don't know how to explain it. I really don't. But anyway, let's I'm gonna pull some tarot and see what's going on with that. maybe I can get some more, a better way to explain shit. On a soul level, understand that the people you go through the most bullshit with are probably the people who have traveled the most lifetimes with you. And those on a soul level are the people that love you the most. Like, see, people be like, oh, I need to find my soul tribe. And they trying to dissociate themselves from the motherfuckers that be taking them down through there. And it's like, that's your damn soul tribe. That's your fucking soul tribe. You trying to find that sweetness on earth without the conscious evolution, without the soul growth. And the more that you do that, it's like you're resisting the growth by doing that. And people have, like, when they say the path of least resistance, they have that like misconstrued. And so you have people with these damn lessons, these karmic lessons, that they are not, they ain't learning shit. Because your actual, like, on a soul level, the person you can't damn stand their guts, that's probably your damn soul tribe for real. That's the person that has contracted with you to help you grow the most. To help you grow up the most. So you can evolve and eventually ascend. To raise the whole mission for Earth is to raise its consciousness to the, you know, and it's like running from people because it's harsh, because it's tart, because it don't taste good, and you're trying to just go and enjoy that sweetness of life, sweetness of love, without really understanding what love is. Without understanding what love is. Somebody is suffering, like, in destitute. Feeling destitute. Feeling deserted. There was some type of, for some, there was some type of reveal. Someone may have spoke a thing too much. Someone may have spoke a thing or spoke out of turn. Someone is not wanting to accept the truth for what it is. They're feeling numb because they don't, you know what I mean? And shattered. It's like you're feeling numb and shattered, but you have your back turned to the truth or whatever was revealed, whatever someone spoke too much of. They said too much. For some of you, there was an opportunity to learn and grow that was rejected because it was too harsh. Your mind couldn't wrap around the concept, so you abandoned it instead of sticking with it. and you just resorted back to what you knew. Reptilian brain, root chakra resonance. But when you went back, it wasn't the same as before. So you went back to something, and it wasn't what it was before. Somebody, you know what I mean? When it, like they say, you scared, go to church. So you've been out here, you know, it's like you don't resonate with it anymore. So you went on a journey to find something greater, something that you could vibe with. But it was like, it was a lesson too heavy. So you just like kind of went back to church, but you know that you're not supposed to be there. Conjugating with people. Like I'm hearing who are not on the love train. Like you got the love train, you got people on there, you got the people, the ones that's conducting the train, and you got people at the bus stops. And I'm seeing people just standing there missing the damn train. Train not even stopping for certain people because they just know that they ain't even gonna get on there. They ain't even about to get on there for real. Someone definitely, you can't get away from love. Love just is and always will be. But you feel like somehow you can abandon the concept. You're not abandoning love. You're just abandoning the emotions and perspective that you have surrounding it. Which that's a way to help you detach, to love without, to love with detachment. Maybe you will start by just having some compassion or something like that. Someone is fertile. You're fertile, but you don't want to be. Like what? I feel for some, it's going to be like, whatever this is, all of that shit I just said. Okay. Whatever that is, it's going to be like a refresher for love. You know how, like, when you're in school and you've taken some classes, but you stopped for like a long time, in order for you to go back to school, you have to take like certain like little online refresher course or whatever, or you have to like take a test to like gauge where you are. That's what it's going to be like. So you're going to get like a love refresher course or something like that. And it's really just going to start with compassion for someone a little lower than you. And it's going to be regarding the same situation that just, so however you feel abandoned or isolated, or like you feel like, undeserving of love, unworthy, or like people don't love you how you love, or don't understand love how you understand it. Longing for your soulmates that you've, dissociated yourself from, or that have dissociated from you, whatever. This is going to be the same situation. You're going to be put in the shoes of whoever it is that you are thinking of when I say abandonment issues, longing, isolation, whatever the case is. You're going to be put in this lifetime, okay, in the shoes of the person that you're thinking of during this reading. But for a brief moment, just so you can get like a lesson about love. And you're going to see how you can love and still walk away. You're going to see how you can love and still dissociate yourself. You're going to see how you can love someone that you would deem unworthy. It's as simple as you being cheated on and you don't understand that shit. And then you go get married. And then you meet somebody. And y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bruh, you just can't help yourself. And then you dib and dab. And then you understand, like, what, you know, I'm not gonna say cheating is good or advocate for it or whatever the fuck case. Because I feel like whatever agreement you have between someone, you should honor it to the best of your ability. But you should always keep an open mind and heart for people to grow, for people to experience what they choose to experience, for people to change and transform and transition. Okay? So, whatever it is that you're feeling, your emotions are going to call this experience. Your emotions are going to conjure up an experience for you to see this from a different perspective, from how you're feeling. Okay? But it's not going to be as detriment or melodramatic as the situation that you're going on now. It's going to just be like a refresher course. So it's going to be like a 6-hour online algebra course. And you take a little test at the end. It's not going to be like a whole, 4 or 5 month semester algebra course. Do you understand? Okay. You got it though. I feel like you're sharp. I feel like the emotions that you have invested, as soon as this shit pop off, you're gonna realize, damn, this is that shit. This is that shit. And I feel like you're gonna reconsider. It's gonna help you detach from the hurt and pain, from the destitution that you feel. I'm hearing cats out the bag. It's no secret. Yeah. So whatever wall or standard that you've built up concerning the emotions you feel regarding the situation is going to be dismantled. You're going to be like, to hell with that. I get it. I understand. I get it. I understand. Anything else concerning the situation? They're saying no. I'm about to pull just an advice card. And oh, okay, 4 came out. Strengthen your gifts. Build on solid ground. Make no judgments. Say no. So your judgments is the perspective that you have on certain things. So if you have a perspective on certain things, then you are judgmental. Okay. How you feel about something, the emotions you racked up from certain experiences, that's your perspective. And that is your judgment. So it's best to try to learn to be observant and to not build a perspective, because your perspective is only yours. It's only one out of how many people, how many souls are holding the office of human right now. And you're building a perspective about something based on, I'm hearing majority rules. Don't go along just to get along. Experience things, observe them for what they are, just experiences. Try to do, I know it's hard because we've been trained to feel some type of way about everything. We've been trained to feel some type of way about every fucking thing. But we haven't been trained to accept growth. We know that change is the only constant, but we don't accept it. We know that everything grows, evolves, changes, shifts, transforms, but we don't accept it. And then we go the extra mile to want people to accept our change, our growth, our traverse, our transformations, our transitions, our indecisions, the changing of our minds. We expect them to understand us when we aren't even understanding our higher selves. We're not even understanding our higher selves, but we expect people to understand us. And allow us room to wiggle, to maneuver through life. We got to give other people that same consideration, that same understanding, that same acceptance. Taking it personal when we invest in something that we choose to invest in and there's no return. Or maybe there's a return, but then that return changes, it shifts, it goes elsewhere. Intimacy, that's a Scorpio trait, that's an 8th house trait, but so is obsession and possession as well. Okay, what we got on the board? We got the moon on the board. We got Capricorn or Cancerian moon energy, Capricorn energy. That's an opposition. Could be. Like just in general, it's an opposition. In your chart, you can see what aspect it make. We got a lot of Sagittarius energy on the board. A lot of Aries energy on the board. A lot of Gemini energy on the board. Aries energy. Take it how it resonates. All right. Blessed day.